Oh, goodness me. Another early morning because it's kind of bad out today. Not quite as bad as yesterday, but to put things in perspective, I was checking out my Facebook a little bit before starting this video, and a friend of mine, who is a teacher in my area, is actually posting a 2 hour delay today. So, with that said, happy 2 hour delay hump day, everyone. Right, I should do my love Muhammad act of kindness. Let's see. Well, pretty obvious. The weather's still kind of bad, and it's bringing everyone down, and it's starting to turn me into a downer as well, but that's fine. It's actually supposed to start. It's so weird. It's bad at night and in the morning, but throughout the course of the day, it's almost as if it wasn't going to snow at all. It's so weird. But I guess this is how it is. But hey, you know what? We're pretty far into winter right now. Hopefully it won't be too much. Well, people are always saying, because yesterday was Groundhog Day actually, which I hope everyone had a happy Groundhog Day yesterday. And I actually didn't say this the other day too. It's also Black History Month, which, yeah, I kind of could have been a little better about, celebrating that a little bit. It's just I'm not, it's I want to celebrate Black History Month. I just don't know how to go about doing it, is all. But if you are celebrating Black History Month, I hope you're all doing well. That's one thing I could say. That's true. What else? I just mentioned Groundhog Day yesterday. Yeah, so the month of February actually has a lot of holidays and important, events. I mean, it's only February 3rd. We've already had Groundhog Day. And about a week from Sunday, we have Valentine's Day, which, once again, it's looking like for the 31st year in a row, I'm going to be single, but I'll worry about that when I get to it. I should talk about my high right now. My high? Well, I guess you could say that my high is, as far as I know, as bad as the weather's been. No one's been, hurt by it too badly. I mean, no damages to homes or anything, to my knowledge. I mean, maybe somewhere, but if it happened, I wouldn't know. So, I guess you could say it's sort of a blind high, if you want to call it that. Let's see, what was my act of kindness? Well, I guess my act of kindness was, what did I do for an act of kindness? Oh, right, I ran an errand for a friend. So, well, actually, not really so much of a friend, but I did a favor for someone, which it felt really nice. So now, good morning, happy hump day, everybody. I just said, at least in my area, there is a 2-hour delay, which I'll never forget the first time I ever had a 2-hour delay back when I was at St. Mary Mother. I heard 2-hour delay, I'm like, what's that? Because I want to say I was in second grade the very first time that I experienced what a 2-hour delay was. Yeah, for kindergarten, first grade, I remember there was snow and, bad weather to be sure, but nothing that would straight up cause a snow day or a 2-hour delay for that matter. Okay, now I can speak a little bit better. Okay. So, as I was saying, yeah, kindergarten and first grade would definitely have their share of, stormy winter weather, but nothing too extreme. And then I wake up one morning like 2 hour delay. Like, what's a 2 hour delay? Because my brother been in school because my brother was in fourth grade when I was in second grade, so he would have experienced a 2 hour delay long before I ever got there. And it was just basically, instead of starting school like 8, it's like close to 10, which, if you're in elementary school at the time, it doesn't really change that much. I mean, let's be honest, elementary school kids have it easy. It's like, as you get older and you take like more difficult classes and courses where, like, if you're behind by even a little bit, it really shows. So you gotta like play catch up, and I did not like that. But that's how it works. I think one thing I'll never forget about like having snow days and 2 hour delays is, I think it was like, no kidding, Nickelodeon came out with that movie Snow Day, based on, and it's exactly what you think it is. Kids. It was basically sort of an anthology film about, I think Snow Day would be considered an anthology film. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, they're just, again, an anthology film about kids celebrating a snow day. Actually, that's like one of the earliest cinematic appearances of Josh Peck, I believe. I like Josh Peck. Josh Peck is pretty cool. I think, like, you know what? It just popped in my head just now. I remember the argument that the little girl and Snowplow Man, the movie we're having, like, the bird, the Wayne, the bird, the Wayne. Oh, I remember that. That was great. But what I was trying to get to, like, it was so weird. Nickelodeon premiered that movie in theaters on a Monday, like, absolutely predicting that, like, everyone in the country was going to get a snow day. And sure enough, my area actually did that day. It was awesome. So, yeah, snow day, I got to go to the movies, I think. That was pretty cool. Wow, working the script. I'm going to work snow day. I'm going to work the word snow and day a lot in today's description. Let's see, what else is going on? Well, maybe see my folks later today. That'd be nice. I especially haven't seen my mom in a couple of days. I really think that our relationship is definitely better. I mean, I still don't think it's that great, but I mean, at least I won't say it straight up sucks anymore. I'll say it's about 25% better. I mean, there's definitely some improvements that can, there's still some vast improvements to make, but the good news is I have as much time as I need. Just take it one day at a time. That's all you gotta do. And we've actually been, sort of rebonding over a few things. I mean, it's likely I'm going to be home late tonight because I'll stay home and watch The Masked Dancer with them. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. She's going to be off like the next couple of days, and at least 2 of those days, she's definitely going to be seeing my nephews all day, which, makes sense. If you couldn't tell, my mom really loves being a grandma. Because, like, she'll spend, like hours and hours and hours with my nephews, like, all day, and, she actually tells us some pretty, good stories. Like, she can tell right away that they both have 2 different personalities. Like, one of my nephews is most definitely, sort of, laid back, relaxed, could take her to leave it. Whereas my other nephew is definitely more expressive and can definitely, like, get upset if he doesn't have his way. There was actually one time they were visiting, and one of my nephews was playing with, like, this little bouncy ball. It was, like, green with black polka dots on it. And my other nephew tried taking it away. Well, that's wrong, right? So my father intervenes. He takes away the green and black polka dotted ball and tries to give him another one. But then my nephew's like, no, I want that one. He doesn't actually talk yet. He just turned 1 last November. Pretty likely he's not going to talk yet. I mean, they're making sounds, of course, but they're not straight up conversations yet. Anyway, so, and then he just lost it. Funny enough, this is actually the same nephew that is a little bit afraid of me. I mean, make no mistake, I don't try and make my nephew afraid of me. He just is. It's fine, though. There'll come a time. It's cool. Anyway, oh, another thing that my mom does with that same nephew, the one I just mentioned, you just read me, my mom will go like, hot. And then my nephew will be like, I actually tried that the other day, and it worked. I'm like, oh my God, that actually worked. Cool. Now I know what to do from now on. I mean, I want to make one thing clear. Hi, boys, your uncle Nick loves you. Okay, so that's going on in my life right now. Still have no idea what I'm picking for the Super Bowl yet. Nope. I'm not going to know until like the last possible minute probably. And even then, well, let's be honest, I have a 50-50 shot of getting it wrong. So, there are worse odds. I mean, they're definitely not odds where if I wanted to bet money, I wouldn't do it. That's the thing. I really wish I got into fantasy football like everybody else did. I really wish I did. Like that, like DraftKings. So it just doesn't really interest me. What's better than the real deal? I mean, I see the scenario. I mean, in a way, it's sort of like, you're in school and you want to pick like the best kids to play in your kickball team in that regard. Only these kids are full-grown, big, strong men who can completely destroy you if you make them angry. Or perhaps you're carrying a football and are in their line of sight. Yeah. Other than that, it doesn't really seem like nothing too big. I mean, it's still really bad out there. I gotta drive out there in a few minutes. That's gonna be exciting. I don't know. It just seems so weird that like a year ago, before the pandemic hit, like I was worried about a whole bunch of other things. Never in a million years did I think a pandemic would even remotely happen. And then sure enough it does. And there's already cancellations for things that were going to happen this year too. Like, remember I was part of the world's largest shamrock? They were going to do it last year, but they couldn't do it, so they moved it to this year. Probably not happening this year. They also, I know my area in Horseheads decided to cancel the St. Patrick's Day Parade too. That's definitely a giant whiplash, probably. I don't know. I guess a lot of people are kind of down in the dumps because we are still technically in the dead of winter. And no one really likes being cold. Now I wish Hot Ones was today. Although speaking of Hot Ones, no kidding, Dustin Poirier is going to be the newest guest on Hot Ones. We just saw him fight Conor McGregor. What is going on? That is going to be good. Well, let's be honest, the episode was probably recorded in advance. So I'm sure one question Sean's going to ask is, is he going to beat Conor? Which, well, we know the answer to that now. I'd rather not give it away if you haven't seen it yet. But it did happen. Another thing that actually happened recently is, I mentioned that a while back. It was actually on day 994. if you guys can remember that long, where I talked about the one person on YouTube I've watched the most, and that is easily Chugga Conroy. And I told you guys that he was embarking on the biggest project he's ever done, which is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Here's the thing. He's been working on it since before day 1000. We're already deep within the 1100s, and this is the second time he's finished taking a long break so he can catch up. Seriously, these videos he's been making have been like, some have been ranging like somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes. Some have been like a half hour or a full hour, roughly. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is a pretty big game. Don't get me wrong, I see why it's great and everything, but I don't have any intention to play it. I'll stick with Pokemon, thank you very much. Like, favorite, chat, subscribe button, follow me on social media, turn notifications on YouTube. I'm very humbled to make this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy this video. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful home day. Remember, if you guys want to talk to channel, I'm always going to be here to lend you, always be back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.